Hello. Oh, just giving us a minute here to settle in, make sure I'm not dropping any frames. So far, so good. Hopefully we don't run into any issues. We're going to be loading a different save from the last one that I was playing. This one, it's a little further along. I'm about 2 months into the game. You can get that far in a couple of weeks if you're just kind of playing casually. But I started in Rosewood and took the initial starting house and put that as like the base. I didn't want to go to the Rosewood fire station, which is like a common like base location. If you're gonna start in Rosewood, I decided I would just post up in the original starting house that I got put into when I created this character. So as you can see, we've got no mods used. Pull this up here, no mods. So we're just gonna load in onto this one, and I'm pretty far along. We're getting close to the 90-day sort of period where once you get to 90 days in game, you will end up with like a lot of the buildings being looted, and like loot gets to be pretty diminished compared to if you can get there early. So let's just go ahead and fire this up and get this loaded in. Check my stream settings here, make sure that we're actually visible. Customization. Oops. Let me see here. Where is the privacy setting? I think it's unlisted right now. Unlisted. Visibility. We'll set this to public. Done. Save. There we go. Okay. Loading in. So yeah, we are in Rosewood. This is the starting house that I spawned in when I rolled this character. You might find this somewhat familiar. If you've ever started a character in Rosewood, this is kind of over by the school a little to the southeast or whatever of the school. And directly west of me is where the fire station is. And I didn't want to do the typical startup base in the Rosewood fire station, so instead I just said, screw it, we're gonna build a little base right here at the house you spawn in. It's a little out of the way, but there's pretty large forest area all around the house, so I could pretty much have all the stuff that I need to get carpentry leveled up and build a little space for some critters. So I've got some chickens here. Go ahead and unpause this. So as you can see, I'm tired and miserable with the moodles. It's coming up on 7 p.m. on September 13th. So we are, where are we at? We're 2 months and 6 days in, and you can see I've got almost 2,000 kills. A lot of that is because I made a bit of a trek. Let me just pull up my map. Not in the dark. So I've made a little trek over here to Guns Unlimited. And these roads are just piles of zombie corpses. So using a little car foo. Didn't really feel like messing around with the slowly whittle down the horde, but I think I killed about 400 or 500 zombies just from this area of the parking lot into the little turn off on the road, and then pulled some of them out here and down this way. Get my car out right around here. There's a back fence to like the shooting range, so I just drove my car up along the corner here where the fence is and just blare on the horn, try and pull as many of them away from the building as I could, just get them all sort of massed up here along the fence. And if you don't have your window down in your car, like, they'll just kind of stand there and look at you. They won't like try and beat on the fence and knock it down or anything. So there's probably still a good 500 or I don't know, maybe even like 1,000 zombies in here. But I did manage to get inside. There's a garage like right here, like a side door. The zombies had already broke that down, so I just sort of cleared everything out in this area. Sort of a slow trickle, everything keep coming out the front, and just use the car to, like, in reverse, just back into piles of zombies. So can't really go into this area for a few days until like the stench goes away, because if you do and you don't have a respirator or some sort of a filtered gas mask or something, you'll get corpse sickness. So made my way into the main area, which is right here where the main entrance is, and looted a few guns. I wouldn't say I came out with anything amazing, but I'll sort of show you what my haul looked like. As you can see, I've got the military backpack, and these are hunting camo overalls with hunting camo jacket. So I've got like the the full look going. And I ended up with like a nice bit of RNG when I spawned in. So I have this nice big basement room to sort of set up everything at. So built a couple bookshelves, got some VHSs. I also made a run over to Moldra, hit the video store and the police station and the rusty rifle, but I guess I kind of cleared out the gas station area too, but that's kind of it. I haven't really done a lot of exploring. I'll kind of pull up the map again here. So you can kind of see where I've gone quite a bit. I've covered quite a bit of ground, but Rosewood is basically clear. I've pretty much cleared out everything here with the exception of the courthouse and then a couple of these shop buildings. I cleared out the bookstore, the grocery store, got a generator set up over here at this gas station, and the only other building here that I didn't finish clearing out is the prison. I kind of took care of a good pile of the Zeds that were out front, and this first building had like some breakout from the window, so I just kind of made a mess all in this area here, but haven't really ventured into the prison itself. I'm not sure that it's worth it. I'd be interested if there was like a small possibility of getting like an M16 or, you know, something like this. There was maybe a couple other police vehicles or something there for me to make it worth my time, but all this is clear. I can delete this marking here because I've moved the pigs that were at this farm to my house. There's 2 cows here that I need to get soon and move them up over to my house here, because this is where I spawned in at, so this is where we're at. I've kind of cleared more or less everything in Rosewood out. There's just these few buildings here and like the diner and the spiffos and whatever, but there's really nothing of note in any of those locations. I hijacked a couple of the spiffos vans, so you can delete those 2, this one here and this one here. There's still 1 van here. I got 2 vehicles posted up over here by the gas station. I don't need this. There's half a dozen vehicles outside the grocery store. Couple over by the church. There is like a mint condition Jeep sitting right here. And there's a couple in the parking lot, but once I get outside, you'll see I've kind of got a selection of vehicles already. So we did make our way over to this factory on the way to Moldra just to see if I could try and track down like a sledgehammer or some metalworking supplies. The interesting thing about this start when I rolled it is there was a wrecked like van and truck with a trailer right here on the corner, and inside the back of that van was a generator repair manual. So literally within 10 minutes of loading a new character and making my way up this road, I had found the generator magazine on day 1, like not even 1 hour gameplay, and compared that to my Echo Creek save where I had to go all the way to Akron Community Center to find the generator magazine, and it took me until power shut-off day, like right around there, before I found it. I'm not even sure if the power shut off yet, but literally the first day in Rosewood get the Gen Mag versus Echo Creek where I'm like a month in and had to go quite a ways to go find one because I'd cleared the rest of the town out. So sort of interesting in that regard, but you can kind of take a look here. Here's like my book selection, and this is mostly Rosewood. I found like 2 survivor zombies that gave me quite a few books, and then there was a couple books in the Muldraugh bookstore, and then a couple books in the Rosewood bookstore, but this is mostly like just in and around town here, with a few exceptions. Like the carving books and the napping book I got out of town. The long blade I picked up on a survivor zombie. What you'll notice though is I don't even have welding 1. I have a lot of the, you know, volume 1s, but I don't have a lot of the others. However, when I went to Guns Unlimited, which would have been yesterday in-game, I ended up coming away with aiming 1, 2, 3, and 5, and reloading 2, 3, and 4. So, we hit the pause button here again. Same sort of deal. I basically used the exact same perk trait loadout in my Echo Creek build. So I started with slow metabolism, which puts me like way overweight. So like the first several in-game days, I'm basically just like starving myself to death so that I can get down to the 75 to 85 weight number, which like it gives you -1 fitness, and that makes you like your endurance is like shit. You can't fight for very long, you go out of breath really quickly, etc. So in this playthrough I've got the exact same build, hunter, strong, out of shape. That's because of the endurance below or fitness below 5. But yeah, everything else is the same. Slow reader, slow metabolism, smoker, cat's eye, light eater, low thirst, organized, conspicuous, prone to illness, slow healer, and weak stomach. So exact same build from my Echo Creek build, but here in Rosewood, very different story. I was able to get up and run and not have to worry about generators or anything. You check the map, I've got these little fireplaces or these little fire markers. That's because each one of those houses has a wood burning antique oven. So I've moved 2 of those over here already. There's a third one up there in the little gated community right on that road there. I haven't grabbed that one yet, but I mean, you look at my magazines and I've got the only one I'm missing, like for the cheapskates John Spiral, is the one that teaches you aerosol bomb, pipe bomb, etc. I've got a couple of the blacksmithing books. I've got 3 of the 4 welder magazines. Like 1, 2, 3, 4 smithing books. I've got most of the recipes for agriculture all learned. So if I want to get my farm stuff going, I can do that. But right now, I've been experiencing the same bugs that a lot of people have been reporting with vehicle trailers, like acting really fucking weird. Like they'll just like come detached from your vehicle, and then if you move away from it and then come back, they'll like snap to your car again, or they'll cause wrecks and like teleport around and shit. So I'm kind of trying to be real careful with the trailers. I have to find a couple of sheep. I need to find, well, I know where the cows are. There's a Holstein cow and an Angus bull in this farm down here to the south of me. I need to move those. But otherwise, you know, hit the Muldra VHS and nabbed all the Hotties magazines. So I've already won the game in that regard. You kind of take a look. I've got, let's see, a few VHSs. Car Zone episode 1 and 2. I think 2 is in the TV. You take a look at my skills, and you'll sort of see I've been grinding. I'm almost up to sneaking 8. I'm halfway there. Carpentry. I haven't found any of the carpentry books. So those are ones I'm missing. I'm missing welding 1, which meant like had to disassemble basically every car in the corner of the four-way here from Muldra down to Mark Ridge. Like, get out the welding helmet and the torch and just disassemble every vehicle there just to be able to get to welding 1. But if you look at the rest of my books, you'll see I've got, blacksmithing 1 and 2, carpentry 1, 2, 3, but not 4 or 5. Missing cooking 2 through 5, except for 3. Got a full set of electrical books. Got a full set of maintenance. Missing mechanics 4. And welding 1. And then all of the aiming and reloading books I've got. So I could kind of just power level reloading all the way to 10 if I really wanted to. But let's take a look at some of the loot I pulled out of Guns Unlimited. So this gun case was actually in a house here in Rosewood. So this was like the first firearm that I found, was just a shotgun. But then I cleared the police station and a couple other houses and ended up with, 1911. I've probably got a dozen M9s, 5 or 6 M36s. I got a few Magnums. Let's see what I got here. That's 625. Lots of magazines. Lots of ammo. More than one 1911. Where's this at here? This. Bunch of M14 magazines. And when I hit Guns Unlimited, I ended up coming out with a bunch of boxes of shells, No M16, but I took basically every box of 5.56 out that I could carry. Let's see what else we got here. So, 5 DE mags, 5 M14 mags. I think I have a total of 6 M14s. I think I got 6 or 8 1911 mags. Some accessories for that. Let's see what else. Like, I'm sitting on 30 boxes of shotgun shells, I think. Quite a few. Yeah, see, I've got quite a few M9s just sort of laying around. I've got the one Deagle, or whatever you want to call this, the DE. Not many to be found, so I don't really want to whip this out because I basically can't repair it until I find some duplicates. Couple first aid kits. Now, this is a duplicate book. I could throw that in the bin. Come over here. Let's see. This box, nothing, just a carton of 45s for the 1911. Is it this backpack? Yeah. So, a couple more M14s, more M14 mags, another Magnum. This is sort of my backup military backpack. I got 2. Lots of M9s. So, if I'm going to, like, look at this. I got probably 10 or 12 M14 mags. So, I can get a little crazy if I want. Kind of start playing with some guns. This is sort of like my one junk box. It just stores a variety of goodies. Sort this here. Got some food, got some materials, a little bit of protective gear, some tools. This is like the one sort of random box I kind of just drop everything into when I make it back to my base. But if you come into my kitchen, I've got, which one is it? This one. I got plenty of propane here so I can work on the metalworking stuff. This is all dry goods in this cupboard, and this cupboard is all dry goods and canned goods. And then I got a few more here, and here is like the under the sink sort of lighters, matches, soap, whatever. This is just all extra tools, baseball bats. I got some scrap electronics for working on the gens. 2 more crates here. Freezer mostly full. This is all like my meat stuff, and then this is all my fruits and veggies, and I think I got, what, 19 quarts of ice cream here, so that'll last me a while. I'm pretty much good on food to get through the winter at this point. Got some extra magazines, some flyers, you know, points of interest and shit like that. And then here's like all my materials. I'm kind of running low on nails. I've got to sort of find a bunch more of those. I don't have much in the way of like wood glue or duct tape, but I could use more of that stuff. Some of these are half used, so got a few boxes of sparklers, got a few, I think I got about a dozen things of hairspray. Here's some more guns in here. Like I said, I've got quite a bit in terms of weaponry now. And then this first box is clothes, the second box is like tools, and then the third box here is, this is all electronic stuff, you know. Disassembly box, dump all my shit in here, but you can see I've got the one antique oven here and the one down in the basement. Oh yeah, one other thing. I got a lot of gold. Lots of gold. I've been looting the gold off of all the zombies, so that dresser is all full. This dresser is all full of gold. And I've got a couple sleeping bags, some more stuff, motorcycle helmet, and I haven't built my blacksmithing stuff yet because I need leather, and I don't want to kill the 2 cows I have here yet. I could take out a pig and then a cow, or a cow and 2 pigs, and that would give me the 2 medium leathers I need to make the bellows. But I have thinned out the forest around here quite a bit, sort of building a fence, build a barn. Haven't finished walling off the front of the house. But the one thing I like about this starting house is this entire back wall right here. No windows. So zombies basically can't get in if they were to migrate in from this area, like from the south. So this side of the house is basically safe. It's got the garage and the bathroom. I don't turn the lights on because I'm not trying to burn extra gas, but you know, I'll kick this one on. Of course, it's behind the shelf I moved in. So you got a bathtub, a toilet, and 2 sinks, and these are just loaded with supplies. I got pills and all the medical stuff. I got like 2 boxes of candles, a bunch of propane lantern bottles, etc. Same thing in this one. This is all like camping stuff, fire starter block, respirator filters, fishing supplies, extra elbow pads, etc. So, and I've got 4 water dispenser bottles all loaded up. And right above this bathroom, I've got 3 rain collectors, and they're all piped in to the house here. So I always have fresh water coming from a bathroom. I've got the medium leather drying rack and the large one right here. So as soon as I'm ready to go with the blacksmithing stuff, I got everything basically pre-set up. And outside you'll see I've got the state trooper truck, sheriff deputy car. I found the propane van at the Four Corners area just south of Muldraw, and that's where all the propane came from. That was in pretty good condition. It's not so much anymore. I've been using it quite a bit. Found the McCoy logging truck that had a couple of wood axes. This black truck is from the prison. It was just extra vehicle I wanted, brought it back to the house. This van is like one of the early vehicles I boosted, and then the sports car is actually from just up the corner around the corner over by the school, and it's probably my nicest car other than the two police vehicles. It's fast, but it's also kind of fragile, so I don't really drive that much. But these are all full of fuel. You can see I've got the butchering stuff sort of set up here. You know, lots of wood scraps, chopping down all these trees. So, plenty of branches, etc. I picked up most of the stones out of this little area where I built this barn. Got these two animal trailers. This horse trailer is in not very good condition. I put new tires on it, but the rest of it's pretty beat up. And this horse trailer was the one that was, I can even just run over there. I'm not at risk because I've kind of cleared the area out. So there's not like huge possibility of having a big group of zombies come mess with me while I'm ridiculously tired. There's probably a few stragglers around, but migration kicking in here and there. But right up this road, right up here, right where this intersection is, and it turns to the right, is where that trailer was hooked up to the wrecked out van, where I found the generator magazine literally an hour into my playthrough. So I started laying down some floor tiles here, because this road, there's no way I'm going to be able to find like enough sacks of gravel and sand to make this into a regular roadway. And I started digging out dirt and cleaning this up a little bit so I can have a clean path out of here. This house is pretty much where I moved like all the extra refrigerators and shit that I don't need in this one. But here I've got what, two cows, 3 pigs, and this little barn. So I need to get like a large metal trough or water set up out here in the field here somewhere, so that they've got plenty of fluid. Otherwise, you can just kind of cut down the grass and load up the feeding troughs with grass cuttings, and that'll last them for as long as you need. But yeah, I don't like messing with these trailers. That's kind of one of the worst bugs in the game right now. So all I have left to do for my base is kind of finish walling this off. It's done up to here and here, so I just gotta finish connecting this wall, and then this side is done, the front is done, and then everything is boarded up around the back. So even if I leave, I can just go on a 3 or 4 day adventure outside of town and not worry too much about respawns or zombies migrating and coming back to my base and finding welcoming party. As you can see, I'll get up on the roof. I just got a couple of rain barrels, just the one, and then the 2 smaller collectors. These are all plumbed into the bathroom. I could set up another one above this window and connect the one in the kitchen. And then there's another bathroom right here, but I don't use these rooms, so they're just storage rooms. The bathroom is good enough. I need to set up another rope ladder over here, and then I was going to build a walkway all the way around the edge of the house. So if I ever do have company, I could kind of just run around the back and then climb up the rope and lose line of sight, sort of get out of the way. But yeah, this is the Rosewood starting location. This is where you will spawn in. I'll either spawn in here or this next house over, which is like an empty house. It's just like a box and a chair, and that's about it. And most people will spawn in and they'll make a beeline for the fire station. And I did that. So I wanted the fire axes, but I'm not trying to base in the fire station, not this time. So hello, chat. Sorry, I haven't been paying attention to you. I don't normally get a lot of viewers, but hey, thanks for tuning in and checking me out. Just doing a little late night Project Zomboid. My previous playthrough was all Echo Creek. I've put about 1,000 hours into Build 42. Mostly in Echo Creek, just sort of checking out the farming stuff. A little tired here. I should probably get a little rest and get a little sleep and see what's going on tomorrow. Head on down to my basement. Oh yeah, here, let me open this door a bit. I've got, you know, the battery charger, some extra tires, etc. I don't have a lot of the supplies I need to fix up my vehicles yet, but I'm working on it. But I've loaded up after clearing out Guns Unlimited, so I'm kind of tempted to start playing around with some of the guns because I've got so much ammo, and I'm sitting on 30 boxes of shotgun shells at this point. I could kind of maybe head